right, this is part 4, I believe, of our E100 tracker journal. And we're going to just make a cover today. We're not going to get into the decorating and stuff. We're just going to make a rough cover. So I have these file folders that I got, I think, at a garage sale many years ago. And they're huge. And they're just a nice weight. And I don't mind the color. If it's poking through on a junk journal, it's a nice color for it. So that's what I'm going to use. But you can use cardstock, you can use a regular file folder, use what you have. I'm a really big believer in using what you have around and just making it work. If you have something specific that you're not sure how to use, feel free to ask me a question and I'll see if I can help you, because I know most of you aren't going to have this type of thing around. So what I'm going to do is I want my book to be 8 3/4 inch tall. So our pages are 8 1/2. So this I'm going to cut at 8 3/4. So I'll line it up at 8 3/4 and just cut it off there. This has a, I think I got it right. No, maybe I didn't. There's a little bit of reinforcement here for something, and I usually just rip that right off and then it's covered up later. So it's just sort of plasticky at the top, so just kind of rip that off and get rid of that. So and I'm going to get my scoreboard, and my spine is 1 1/2 inches. So I'm just going to score in at, so that's 3/4 of an inch on each side. And on this particular folder, this particular file folder, there actually is a score line exactly where I want it. So that's another reason that I like to use this. So that is exactly at 1 1/2 inches if I fold it on those two score lines. So there's my spine. And then what I want to do is I want to score it at 5 1/2 inches. And I'll just line up that crease on the 0. And then I want, actually no, 5 1/2 inches is my pages, and I want a little extra, probably even 6, because they will stick out a little bit. 6 might be a little much. Let's just see here. Look at the top here. Yeah, I think I will actually do it 6. Okay, so I'll line that up at 0 and I'll score at 6 inches. And I could cut there, but this time I think because it's attached, I'm just going to leave it attached for now. And then on my other side, I also want to line it up on the 0 mark where the end of the spine is. Sorry, you probably can't see what I'm doing here very well, but I'm just lining up that edge of the spine with 0, and then I'll crease this, score this also at 6 inches. And again, I'm just going to fold that. So what I have here now is a book like this. I have my 1 1/2 inch spine. I should fit my book perfectly. And then what I did is I just folded in these flaps for now. I could attach it here and make a pocket. I could make a flap. I could do all kinds of things there. So I think I'm going to leave that there for now. I may end up cutting them off. I may end up keeping them. So, but we can now attach our pages into our spine. And then we'll have the beginnings of our book, and then we can work on just the finer points, decorating and stuff. This will be kind of the major construction. We'll do pockets and stuff, but this will be the major construction of our book, and then we can start using our book. It doesn't have to be complete and perfect before we start it. So I wanted to get you all to this point so that you'll be ready to do the E100 Bible program with me, if that's what you want to do. And then we can add pockets and decorations and ephemera and all that good stuff as we go. So I'm just going to get the spine in here, and I did this once before on, I think it was the Advent Journal, and maybe another time even. And I have this, it's Suk Wang tape that I ordered a long time ago, and it's 2 inches wide and it's super sticky. So that's what I use for all my spines. If you don't have that, you can glue your spine. You can use some tape around the edges and then glue in the middle. You want something pretty strong here because this is I mean, you don't want your pages pulling out, and this reinforces your string as well, your thread that you've put your signatures in with. So I'm going to use this, but again, use what you have. So I'm just going to cut this roughly to size. Put it down there. And this is exactly the right size. So I'm just going to do this off camera because I need to really lean over and get this straight. But basically I'm just going to put this on straight and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I got my tape on and I just want to burnish that a little bit on. So I just do it on either side like this, my bone folder. And then I'll also do it in between my signatures here. And just kind of get it on there nice and solid. This tape is wonderful, but it's not very forgiving. Once it's on there, you cannot move it. So you have to place it carefully. Okay, so now I'm going to take my book like this, and I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to tape that in there. All right, so I got that stuck down on there, and we had done an extra 1/4 of an inch fold right at the very end, and that is what you want to line up with the outside of your spine on the cover. So you line up those 2 lines, and then because we scored that ahead of time, that will be easier to fold on that spot. Just like that. And then I just go in here and just use my bone folder a little bit. Fingers, whatever works. And just get that nice and secure. And that's it. And then we have our book. Just train these a little bit to fold. Fold this in, and there's our journal. So it's looking good, guys. We just have to do our decorating now. All of our pages are in. Our folder is made in the middle. We got an envelope for our storage and pockets, and we got lots of goodies to go still on here. And yeah, I hope you make one of these. I hope you get it to this point, and we'll see you in the next video to start adding all the pretty stuff.